everyone, and welcome back to Smart English Speaking, the podcast where you learn real English the way people actually speak it every day. I'm Leo.
And I'm Emily. If this is your first time listening, welcome. We're so happy you're here. This podcast is made for English learners just like you, people who want to speak more confidently, understand native speakers better, and build a bigger vocabulary, all while listening to a fun, natural conversation.
Exactly. You don't need a textbook, you don't need to memorize boring grammar rules, you just need to listen, repeat, and enjoy the conversation. That's how real learning happens.
So today's topic is a big one. It's something everyone thinks about at some point in their life.
Big teaser, come on, tell them.
Okay. Today we're talking about how to change your life.
Ooh, deep topic for a Tuesday.
I know, right? But don't worry, we're going to keep it simple, practical, and full of useful English phrases you can use in daily conversations. So grab your coffee, your tea, or whatever you're drinking right now, get comfortable, and let's get started.
So, Emily, let me ask you something first. Have you ever had a moment where you thought, I need to change something in my life?
Oh, definitely. I think everyone has had that feeling at least once. You know that moment when you're just lying in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, thinking, is this really what I want my life to look like?
Ha, yes, the classic staring at the ceiling moment. That's actually a really useful expression, by the way, for our learners. To stare at the ceiling means to look up at the top of the room, usually because you're thinking deeply or you can't sleep.
Great point. And here's another phrase I just used, what I want my life to look like. This is a very natural way to talk about your future. Instead of saying, my future, native speakers often say things like,
What do you want your life to look like in 5 years? I'm trying to figure out what I want my career to look like.
very useful. Let's slow that down and repeat it together. Repeat after us.
What do you want your life to look like?
What do you want your life to look like?
Perfect. Say that a few times on your own after the episode. It'll help the phrase stick in your memory.
So, back to the question, why do people want to change their lives? I think for me, it usually comes from feeling stuck.
Stuck. Great word. To feel stuck means you feel like you're not moving forward, like you're in the same place for too long. No progress, no growth.
Exactly. Like when you have the same routine every single day. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. And one day you just think, there has to be more than this.
There has to be more than this. I love that phrase. It's a great sentence for expressing frustration or a desire for change. Try saying it with feeling. There has to be more than this.
Very dramatic, Leo. Hey, I'm a professional actor in my free time, didn't you know? Sure you are. Anyway, let's talk about some real reasons people want to change their lives. Number 1, unhappiness at work. Huge one. So many people wake up every morning dreading their job. To dread something means you feel anxious or unhappy about something that's going to happen. I dread Mondays is a very common phrase.
So true. Number 2 reason, relationship problems. Sometimes people realize the people around them aren't good for their growth.
Right. And there's a saying in English, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It means the people around you influence who you become.
That's powerful. Number 3, health issues. Sometimes a health scare makes people completely rethink their lifestyle.
A health scare, a frightening experience related to your health, like getting bad news from a doctor, even if it turns out okay in the end.
And number 4, just simple boredom. Sometimes life feels too predictable, too safe, and people crave adventure.
To crave something, to want something very strongly. I'm craving pizza right now is a great everyday example.
Suddenly, I'm hungry.
Focus, Leo.
Okay, so let's get practical. If someone is listening right now and thinking, yes, I want to change my life, what's the first step?
Great question. And I think the answer surprises people. The first step isn't a huge action. It's actually something much smaller: awareness.
Awareness, being fully conscious of your situation, your habits, your feelings.
Exactly. You can't change something you don't fully understand. So the first step is to sit down and ask yourself honest questions like, what part of my life makes me unhappy? What habits are holding me back? What do I actually want, deep down?
Holding me back. That's such a common expression. It means something is stopping you from moving forward or achieving your goals.
Right. For example, my fear of failure was holding me back for years.
Let's practice that sentence structure. Try making your own sentence using holding me back. Pause the podcast for 10 seconds and say it out loud.
Great job. I'm sure you did amazing. So after awareness, what's next?
Next comes acceptance. You have to accept where you are right now without judging yourself too harshly.
That's important. A lot of people feel guilty or ashamed about their current situation, and that guilt actually stops them from changing.
Exactly. There's a great quote that says, "You can't hate yourself into a version of you that you love." Isn't that beautiful?
Wow. Say that again slowly for our listeners.
You can't hate yourself into a version of you that you love.
Chills. Absolute chills.
Okay, dramatic Leo is back.
All right, let's talk about goals, because there's a big difference between a dream and a goal.
Yes, a dream is something you imagine, like I want to be rich or I want to be happy, but a goal is specific and measurable.
For example, instead of saying, I want to get healthy, a goal would be, I will walk 30 minutes every day and drink 2 liters of water.
Exactly. There's a popular method called SMART goals. It stands for S, specific, M, measurable, A, achievable, R, relevant, and T, time-bound.
Great breakdown. So instead of saying, I want to learn English, a SMART goal would be, I will practice speaking English for 20 minutes every day for the next 30 days. I love that example because, well, that's literally what our listeners are doing right now. True, you're already taking action just by listening to this episode.
Give yourself some credit, listeners. Seriously, small, consistent actions are what create big life changes.
Small, consistent actions. Remember that phrase. Consistent means doing something regularly, over and over, without stopping.
Consistency beats intensity. I read that somewhere.
That's such a good line, meaning doing a little bit every day is more powerful than doing a huge amount once and then giving up.
Right. Like going to the gym for 5 hours once a month versus going for 30 minutes every day.
Exactly the kind of habit building we should be doing with our English learning too.
Speaking of habits, let's talk about breaking bad ones, because honestly, that's often the hardest part of changing your life.
Oh, absolutely. Bad habits feel comfortable even when we know they're not good for us.
So true, like scrolling on your phone for hours or procrastinating on important tasks.
To procrastinate, such an important word. It means to delay doing something, usually something important, and instead do less important things.
I always procrastinate before exams. That's me 100%.
Same here, honestly. So how do we break these habits?
There's a great concept called habit stacking. It means attaching a new habit to an existing one.
For example, if you already brush your teeth every morning, you could add a new habit right after it, like drinking a glass of water or reading 1 page of a book.
That's brilliant because your brain already remembers the first habit, so it becomes easier to remember the second one too.
Right. And another helpful idea is removing temptation. If you're trying to stop eating junk food, don't keep it in your house.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Perfect expression. It means if you don't see something, you're less likely to think about it or want it.
Let's repeat that together, learners. Repeat after us.
Out of sight.
Out of mind.
Great job. You're doing amazing.
Now let's talk about something really important, mindset,
because honestly, changing your life starts in your mind before it happens in your actions.
Absolutely. There's a concept called fixed mindset versus growth mindset.
A fixed mindset is when you believe your abilities and intelligence are permanent, unchangeable, like saying, I'm just not good at math and giving up completely.
While a growth mindset is believing you can improve with effort and practice, like saying, I'm not good at math yet, but I'm learning.
That one word, yet, is so powerful, it completely changes the meaning of a sentence.
Totally agree. Try this. Instead of saying, I can't speak English well, say, I can't speak English well yet.
Feel the difference?
It's huge. One sentence feels hopeless, and the other feels hopeful and full of possibility.
This is actually one of the best language learning tips too. Whenever you feel frustrated learning English, just add yet to your sentence.
Beautifully said, Leo.
I have my moments.
I want to share a quick story with our listeners. It's about a friend of mine. I'll call her Sarah.
Oh, I love story time.
So, Sarah worked in a job she absolutely hated for almost 7 years. Every single day, she felt drained and unmotivated.
Drained, meaning extremely tired with no energy left, like your energy has been completely used up.
Exactly. One day, Sarah decided enough was enough. She started small. She began waking up 1 hour earlier every day to study a new skill, graphic design.
Just 1 hour a day?
Just 1 hour. But she did it consistently, every single day for almost a year.
There's that word again, consistency.
Exactly. After about 10 months, she had built a strong portfolio, and she quit her old job to become a freelance graphic designer.
Wow, that's incredible. And it all started with just one small habit, waking up an hour earlier.
That's the beauty of change. It rarely happens overnight. It happens through small, consistent steps that eventually add up to something huge.
Add up to something huge. Great expression. It means small things combine over time to create a big result.
Exactly. Like how small water drops eventually make an ocean.
Beautiful analogy, Emily.
Thank you, thank you.
Let's be honest though, change is scary. A lot of people want to change, but fear stops them.
Absolutely. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown.
Fear of the unknown, meaning fear of situations or outcomes we cannot predict or control.
It's very natural to feel this, but here's something important. Feeling fear doesn't mean you should stop. It just means you're doing something meaningful.
I love that. There's a quote. Everything you want is on the other side of fear.
Powerful stuff. So if you feel nervous or scared about a big change in your life, that's actually a good sign. It means you're stepping outside your comfort zone.
Comfort zone, such an important phrase. It means the situations and habits that feel safe and familiar to you, where you don't take risks.
Real growth almost always happens outside the comfort zone.
Let's practice that phrase together. Repeat after us.
Outside my comfort zone.
Outside my comfort zone.
Perfect pronunciation, everyone listening. I'm proud of you already.
Now, confidence. This is something so many of our listeners ask about, especially confidence in speaking English.
True. And confidence in life and confidence in language learning actually come from the same place, action.
Meaning?
Meaning, confidence isn't something you wait to feel before you act. Confidence is built by acting, even when you're scared or unsure.
So you're saying, don't wait until you feel confident to speak English.
Speak English and confidence will follow.
Exactly. Confidence is a result, not a starting point.
That's such an important mindset shift, not just for life changes, but for language learning specifically. Many learners wait for years thinking, I'll speak once I feel ready. But readiness comes after you start speaking, not before.
Beautifully explained. And that's actually why we made this podcast, to give you a comfortable space to listen, absorb English naturally, and slowly build the courage to speak more in your daily life.
Every episode you listen to is one more step toward your own life change. whether that's speaking English fluently, moving to a new country, changing careers, or simply feeling more confident daily.
Let's wrap up with some simple, practical daily habits anyone can start today.
Number 1, wake up 30 minutes earlier and use that time for yourself, whether it's exercise, reading, or learning something new.
Number 2, journal your thoughts. Writing down your feelings and goals helps clarify your mind.
Number 3, surround yourself with positive, motivated people. Remember what we said earlier?
You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Number 4, learn something new every single day, even something small.
Number 5, and this is important for all our English learners, practice speaking a little bit every day, even if it's just talking to yourself in English or repeating phrases from this podcast.
That's such a powerful daily habit. Speaking to yourself in English while cooking, while walking, while getting ready in the morning, it makes a massive difference over time.
It really does, because language learning, just like life change, isn't about huge, dramatic moments. It's about small, consistent actions repeated daily.
Consistency really is the secret ingredient, isn't it?
It really is.
All right, everyone, before we say goodbye, let's do a quick recap of the vocabulary and phrases from today's episode.
Great idea. Let's go through them together.
1. Stuck. Not making progress, feeling trapped in a repeating situation.
2, to dread, to feel anxious or unhappy about something upcoming.
3. To crave, to want something very strongly.
4, holding you back, something preventing your progress.
5. Consistent/consistency, doing something regularly over time.
6, to procrastinate, delaying important tasks.
7. Habit stacking, attaching a new habit to an existing one.
8, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see it, you won't think about it.
9. Growth mindset, believing you can improve through effort.
And 10, comfort zone, the safe, familiar area of your life where you avoid risks.
Amazing. Try using at least 2 of these words in your own sentences today. Say them out loud, write them down, or even send them to a friend in English.
That's how real vocabulary sticks in your memory, through active use, not passive listening alone.
So, to summarize everything we talked about today, changing your life doesn't require some magical instant transformation.
It starts with awareness, then acceptance, then small, consistent actions repeated daily.
It requires facing your fears, stepping outside your comfort zone, and building confidence through action, not waiting.
And most importantly, it requires patience with yourself. Real change takes time, just like learning a new language takes time.
So, be proud of yourself for listening to this whole episode. That itself is a small, powerful step toward changing your life and improving your English.
We'd love to know, what's one small change you want to make in your life starting today? Write it in the comments below in English. It's great practice, and we genuinely love to read your answers.
Don't forget to subscribe to Smart English Speaking for more episodes just like this one, helping you improve your English naturally through real conversations, real vocabulary, and real stories.
Share this episode with a friend who's also learning English or someone who needs a little motivation to change their life today.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then,
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking English with confidence.